This is a hook. If you don't know what a hook is what you do when you want to hook someone. I know this is a long video. I know the thumbnail might have been just over that threshold of something you thought, hey, maybe I can click on this. Maybe I can click on this. Maybe I can watch it. Who's this guy? Why is he talking to my face? Well, I'm hooking you. So get hooked and watch the episode. Roll the intro. Okay, so today is November 2nd, 2025, and we are dauntingly 10 hours ahead of schedule. That is kind of like the intro. That's what you got to know. That's what you got to understand. I am 10 hours ahead of schedule. I've never been this ahead. Well, I have been this ahead plenty. It's been a long time since I've been this ahead. Monday was coming up, and I knew I wanted to have a good Monday, and now it's Monday, or technically it's Tuesday, but Monday was Labor Day. The start of the week was coming up. I knew I wanted to have a good start of the week. Now we're here, came back from class, rolled the cameras right away. And it's terrifying, right? Because I know I fall into all these little traps all the time, and like, we'll see what goes on though. I'd like to get to bed, like around midnight tonight. I think that's like the whole goal here, right? So it's 2:48 p.m. I think that getting to bed at midnight is something that is very doable for me. Okay, so let's do what we did last night and the night before, even though we're 10 hours ahead, see what it turns out see how it comes out today. I swear I have this, sometimes like flies fly around me and I feel like it's like, cause I stink. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever had a fly that seems to be orbiting just you and you just feel like it's because you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how something smelly is portrayed in a cartoon, like there's flies around it. So it's like, I feel, or that's just what happens in real life. There's this like gnat flying around me and it's like, really, bruh? Like, really? Okay, can we get this mic? Can we adjust this? Like a little bit taller, and I like it too. I'd like it to come directly to my face, maybe. There we go. And can I put my feet underneath here? All right. So, how are we going to get into this? Well, what is there to get into? Well, you have a lot of stuff going on, always. Never not a lot of stuff going on. This is how I like it, sideways. So that's as least bit covering my face for you as possible. Chronologically, what happened? What's going on? Well, I think I actually would like to start off before I went to bed and after I ended last episode instead of when I woke up this morning. So yesterday night, I wrapped up the episode and I made a choice. I feel that as I've been doing this social media thing, getting older and trying to like put myself in the position of my future self over and over again, I'm like constantly redefining what it means to make a choice, right? For example, I don't know if I should say, for example, I want to tell you what happened, right? And you're going to hear what I just said, and you're going to relay it onto what I'm telling you happened. And of course, I'm telling you what happened in the form of sort of a story, and I'm storytelling, so pick up on key things, and maybe you can comment and tell me what's going on, because that would be awesome. I finished the episode, and it was midnight, and I really wanted to sort of have some time to myself, I think, maybe. And that meant like eating junk food and watching YouTube before I went to bed. So, and it was very late, and you're always thinking about, like, you're always kind of comparing the time to when you have to wake up, and that's like the amount of sleep you're gonna get. So I knew I was kind of getting low on sleep, but I made a good choice, and then I felt like I made a bad choice because I made a good choice. The good choice was throughout the podcast, I explained how I was frustrated, and I recounted my time on a phone call where I hung up, and how I've been feeling overwhelmed, and maybe I felt like there's a lack of what's the word I'm thinking? A lack of how people perceive, or lack of dang, what is it? When someone's observed for their like hard work, they are a lack of acknowledgement for, how hard I've been working. But I also, the truth of the matter is that when it comes to acknowledgement and such, I think for the most part, it's keyed in accurately. So if you feel that way, maybe you should think, am I actually doing all that I feel like I'm doing? Is my workflow and how much I output and like my weight on the world, is that actually, because like discrepancies happen and there are outliers, but these things are just that. They are discrepancies and outliers. I'm a big believer in if X, then Y. And it's not like, a direct correlation any of the time, but there is a sort of, there are things that you have to accept as true if you want to sort of do what you're doing. So, back to what I was saying, I just felt frustrated, I guess. And I don't know, it wasn't even necessarily 100% because of the feeling that I just described. It was more so like I was recounting my day chronologically, and I was just hung up on this one part of my day where I felt very like, I felt very out of control. And how I remedied that feeling was I actually ate fast food. I felt very out of control. So I dropped everything and I engulfed the Chipotle bowl in like 5 minutes. And that very much so leveled me out. And I was able to just kind of get to the next thing, which led me to the podcast, which led me to going to bed the way I did, which led me to going to class this morning, which led me to now. And we're getting there, but we're going slowly because I feel like I'm uncovering things like a paleontologist right now. I want to make sure I'm recording. I hate when I look at the amount of time I've been recording for, because frankly, it's none of my business. I often find the level out and stuff that I don't like to say that I do, or I don't like to do. I often find that like comfort in fast food, in avoidance, in social media distraction. And that's kind of what's next up on my list, life-wise, to rule out. But it's not, I think my definition of rule out and what it means to do that, it might be changing. I think I'm actually gearing up towards more of like a moderation feel out kind of trajectory, if that makes sense. Because I feel that, well, there's things to be acknowledged, right? But I want to continue along my path chronologically, because I bring up how I found solace in the Chipotle to say that then after the episode, after the social media and all, I felt like that steaming pressure, that anxiousness built up again. And I knew that I just needed to get to bed, and what's gonna, put me to bed? Well, if I drop this, let's not put the extra effort in. Let's not clip the podcast. Let's not freestyle. Let's not make the vlog. Let's just push out the podcast in its rawest form. Well, and actually I did add to the podcast, because in the actual podcast I had a guest, and that guest gave me the advice to put hooks in. That's why you saw a hook in front of this video as well, because now I'm going to do the best that I can do to make a hook for everything that I make. And yeah, that, I took that on, but then like I ended up doing less, not because of it necessarily, but I'm sure it played a role. And it's like, I, made that decision to do less and finish early because I felt like it would allow me to decompress, get to that fast food, eat that icy pop, and all earlier, so that I could, so that I could be in like a neutral state, and so that I could fall asleep. And that's what happened, and I did fall asleep. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to run to the freezer and actually grab 1 or 2 icy pops, just because I'm thinking about them. Sorry for the interruption. Maybe I'll do like an ad read, but I probably won't. Ooh, actually, you know what I could do? Because we don't have any guests and I don't want to leave you alone. I think that I am going to put on an old episode of mine. There's one in particular that I'd like to watch. I want to see Megan Steins. I want to watch that episode. Keep It Real episode. What is this? Episode 33. Oh my God, that is so long ago. Okay, so I'm going to click play on this, and you guys are going to have this in your ears.
I lost my voice. It's probably not going to sound
Let me raise it up just a bit.
very good.
Who cares how it sounds?
I've never done anything like this.
Oh my gosh, look at this. And you'll see it in the top. Is that the top right? I think it's the top right for you if you want to watch. But if not, you can just listen. Wait. Sorry to be talking over myself. I'm going to grab an icy pop, and then I'm going to put my headphones on first, actually. So I'll be listening to this the whole time with you. And then I won't let it go for more than like 5 minutes. And then I'll just, we'll jump into it. And you got to watch from the start. So I skip back to the start. Here we go.
I'm sorry I lost my voice. It's probably not going to sound very good.
Who cares how it sounds?
I've never done anything like this. I've been good. Just doing school. It's been like, I don't know, just very busy. I like learning though.
Same. I wasn't in school this semester. For what it's worth.
Yeah. What were you doing?
Working. Jersey Mike's, if you ever heard of that.
Yeah, my roommate from last year used to work at Jersey Mike's. And, what's it called? It became like a recurring joke that we would call her meat hands.
Meat hands?
Yeah. Avery was like, it was from Avery. It was like the very beginning of the year. She was like, you work at Jersey Mike's. I'm going to call you meat hands. and it was just really silly. So now we called her meat hands. And we have we had a group chat that was just called meat, and it was from that one of those recurring jokes.
It's not a bad gig. I like it.
Yeah. Well, how are you doing?
Good.
How do you like working at Jersey Mike's?
It's good. I think the best part about it is my boss.
Yeah.
Christina.
Is your boss cool?
Say it again?
Is your boss cool?
Yeah, she's like that place would fall apart without her.
You guys have Danny DeVito.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's always in the commercials.
It's a fun job.
Yeah.
I just recently had a great day. My second to last shift before I came back for break, our district people came in. And I was nervous, but I did good.
That's good. That's good. What are you doing next year, Evan? What's your plan? Do you have any?
Oh, well, this semester I'll be back at school at Wake Tech.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember you put a video out about that.
Yeah, it's weird. I wish you posted videos like I posted videos. Maybe
Yeah.
I'd know more.
You wish?
Yeah.
I posted videos.
So what are your plans?
I don't take that many videos of myself. I like your videos though. They're funny. They're entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm petting Birdie still.
Someone's got to.
Yeah. But that's cool. Wake Tech. Did you go there before?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Nice.
I've been there.
You
I've been in
Raleigh?
and out of there. I kind of complain a lot but school's school.
Yeah.
I got to figure out how to like it like you do.
Yeah. Well, you just I feel like I got kind of lucky just because I picked something that I find really interesting. So I've been doing good in school, but I think it's definitely partly because I actually like what I'm learning. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of such a nerd about it. I love learning neuroscience. It's so cool. But it's been going pretty well. The lab last year was really cool. I did some really cool stuff. But there was the lab that I had this semester was kind of it was really boring, and they just made us do structure identification the whole time, which was I didn't even have to actually bring goggles and a lab coat to go.
For an idiot like me, what is structure? Okay, we're done. We're done. Get that off my screen. All right. I don't know what to say. Holy moly. Okay. Let me what was I? I didn't even eat any of my pop. I was supposed to take that time to eat my popsicle, but I did not even eat my popsicle. I just listened to myself. And Megan, okay. All right. So how do I even say what I was thinking? It was nice to look back. Well, maybe if I run out of time, maybe if I breeze past my chronological stuff that we're gonna get back to, we'll come back to that video. But where was I? I remember I said, no, I can't remember what I said. I said that like, yeah, I kind of like crashed to sleep. You know, I feel like I need to make sleep like a conscious decision. And yeah, so anywho, I woke up and oh, you know what else I watched tonight? Oh, okay, I think I skipped something. Last night me and my roommates hung out in the living room. That was a really cool thing. I saw an episode of the new season of Rick and Morty, which is like, it was amazing. It's everything you ever hoped it could be. Rick and Morty, every single time. Every single time it gives you the same smile. I love Rick and Morty to death. Woke up today, go to class. I'm sorry. I'm eating this popsicle right now. Maybe we should just keep watching. Honestly, maybe we should just keep watching. What do you think? Should we just keep on? Should we just keep on watching? It's okay. Well, I kind of got sidetracked. I feel like we should just keep on watching. Okay, this is what I thought. Like right when I listened to the intro along with you, it was extremely like like it felt okay. I don't know how I'm gonna say this right, but it felt like there was like I felt like tense. Like I felt like tense. Like, why did I make it like that? Like, I felt like I should have just, like, started talking. Like, why did I leave so much silence? I felt like I left way too much silence. Megan is always someone that I've just thought was, like, such a cool person. And something that you people, I feel like you guys know me. And I feel like you guys know that I struggle so much with like understanding what it means to I just think I feel like people like people I don't know how to say this right. It's kind of like discerning like what's casual and not, like what's not, and like I don't know, like I don't want to say anything that's gonna get me in trouble. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I got a crush on Megan. I have a crush on everyone. I've had and I feel like sometimes I feel like it's like not. Sometimes I feel like it's like not. Like that's like I should suppress this. But maybe if I ever have her on again, or maybe it's not about having her on. Like, I just feel like I feel like I keep pushing myself towards these points with all these girls that, I've known, I know, I'll meet, even ones I haven't even met yet. I feel like I'm like trying to get to this point where like the moment I think a thought like that, and if this person just so happens to be in front of me, I'm gotta release, like, I gotta be like I just say something, just, because it's a compliment. I feel like for so long I've thought that it's like something like that, maybe weird or something to have, like keep inside and store and think about, but nothing ever good comes from keeping stuff inside, storing and thinking about. So I honestly don't like, now that I'm talking about this like this, I don't want to continue watching that episode because it's kind of painful almost, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of painful. Like I'd rather, and that's why I feel like, I think, I don't know. I see this, because I see this in a lot of different lights, right? Like what happens when you I guess you could call it flirting, I guess. I mean, what happens when you do like flirt with a girl on camera? The video picks up a lot of, it's like, is that really what I'm trying to do here? Like, is that what I'm trying to produce? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, like, because it's like a thing about my image. Like, I don't know. I see a lot of people that have found success in that medium. And I know it's crazy for me to be talking like this because the show is by no means a smashing hit. Yet. I don't know. I feel like I got to talk like maybe it is. So maybe I'm digging I'm actually enjoying going and watching old episodes. So maybe we just choose a different one. I heard recently that people know me from my Thomas Worth episode. When I was going along the frats, a lot of them said they had seen my Thomas Worth episode. But is that the one I'm interested in? I'm not sure. Let's just sort by... let's just go to podcast and let's see what pops up here. We can do Griffin. We could do Robert. We could do Harris. I could do Harris. We could do our first Zach Perry. We could do Fletcher. Ethan, Logan, because I want to eat this popsicle, Fisher, you could do Fisher. Or we could do a solo episode. I feel like that'd be cool. Let's do a solo. Let's do a solo that got a good amount of views. A special guest. Who is the guest here? Be the difference. What a good title. Time for change. Can you tell that I'm upset? A story involving acid? A cute girl that I like. That could be cool. But that story always goes the same, Let's go. I don't know. Let's go. How to flirt, shoot your shot, my way. Ooh, that could be good. The boys are back in town. Yeah, let's do that one. All right, let's see what we got here. Episode 79. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 79 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis, and today I want to start with a quick... okay, here we go. A quick... I don't know. I guess I want to apologize for these last couple episodes. They've really just not been up to the standard that I believe I have an obligation to uphold.
No nails.
As time goes on and I continue to do this, more and more of you turn your eyes towards me. And of those of you that have, which would be all of you if you're listening to me say these words now, maybe, I guess technically if you're listening to me say these words like 1 year from now, it's March 17th, 2025, for reference, then maybe this message isn't so much for you. But if you're who you are, then I just want to kind of say that I want to be better. And with that, we'll get right into the episode. How's my life been? Pretty good. Lots going on. Lots kind of turning in my head. Sometimes I just kind of want to let it rip. Like what do I need to say right now? And first and foremost, I have a killer headache. And it's it hurts, and I've had it for, I don't know, hours now. The whole day, really, because I didn't get enough sleep last night. And that, it is what it is. It's my fault. I didn't get enough sleep. Yeah, I'm not really proud of where I am right now. I spoke with my mom today, and she told me that with the way it checks out with my rent, my car, and my phone bill, if you take, I can't support the way that I'm living. If I were to take over all those responsibilities this month, then, I have maybe, just maybe, I'd have, actually, realistically, I'd have around $400 to $500. I'd say $400 each month, in which I could spend or save And actually, it's weird because I am okay with that. Truth be told, I really don't want any. I feel like my dad just came to town and we went to a group therapy session, and he spoke really honestly about how lately he's just kind of been understanding that I don't know. It just seems to me like I'm lucky to have two parents that are just behind me, right? Because I think they kind of understand that it's I have no idea what I want. So the push and pull game of well, here's what we think you should have. It can kind of really it can kind of, I'm not making any sense. I feel stupid. I feel like I'm not speaking clearly. My little brother sent me a message 2 nights ago of this podcast that he was recommended to him on Spotify, of this kid that looks around my age, maybe a bit older, maybe a bit younger, and he has a fantastically structured podcast. It's a bit preacher-esque. He kind of just rants. I wouldn't say rant. He just kind of has he has that speech pattern where you can tell he's passionate about what he's saying. And he holds that pattern for the entire duration, that 30 minutes. He makes lots of great analogies. He ties back into his own personal experiences and core values. And it's a really feel-good podcast. And I felt a lot of things when I listened to that first episode that I clicked on all the way through. I wouldn't have listened to it, I don't think, if I wasn't doing this. First and foremost, I don't think I would have given him the time of day if I didn't see what he was doing as something sort of similar to what I'm doing. And what does that mean? I'm not sure, but I just thought I'd say it, I guess. And well, that's weird. I just adjusted myself. I'm fat, dude. I've been drinking soda, and eating shitty food, and not sleeping, and barely making it to work, and I'm a fucking mess, man. And I've been thinking over these past 2 days, I'm all right, I'm only gonna eat almonds and green peppers, and I'm gonna spend my entire day outside of my apartment. Preferably 5 hours a day spent walking on the indoor track at Carmichael while I still have a valid membership, because once it expires, I don't have the money to renew it. I have an iPhone 11 and it's really beat up. Okay, this is depressing. No, this is depressing. No, that was was that not hard to listen to? Why was he so hard on himself? Why did he not? Or I guess why am I so hard on him? It was interesting. It wasn't It was not depressing. It was just interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Makes you wonder, like, what did I put on Instagram that day? You know what I'm saying? I wonder what I put. Wonder what I put on Instagram that day. Probably something like funny. So yeah. 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 Yeah. Let's see how this is doing. I'm losing my focus right now. I'm not being focused. I need to get back on focus. I need to focus. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. You want to see if Griffin's around? That would be a nice save to carry me through the next 30 minutes. Let's see. Hello? No way. Griffin? Please save me.
Wait, hold on. Is this Jack?
Yeah, please save me.
Can I call you back, Dad? In like 5 minutes? Sorry.
Yeah. Alright.
What's up?
Well, I mean, if you're on the phone with your dad, don't hang up for me. But
I hung up.
I got can you see me?
Yeah.
I got a deafen.
Nice haircut.
Thanks, bro. I guess you didn't see it because I had a beanie on. I got 30 minutes left and I'm struggling. I can't even.
Dude, I'm struggling too. I just called it quits with painting.
Here I have here. I need to make it so you can see me. How are you struggling with painting?
It's just been a while since I've slept. I just need I'm just at a stopping point. It'd be better if I slept and then finished it.
That makes sense.
But I also got other stuff to do.
What else you got to do? I'm so glad you picked up. I was like by myself and I was like, bro, I can't do this. I just had a solo episode 2 episodes ago. It's too soon.
Oh, are we doing it?
Oh, you're way too low. Yeah, we're live. You're way too loud. Okay. No, not you. My settings. Sorry.
Yo, Majoinga Going, what's up, dude?
Yeah, this is 248 of Keeping It Real. Thank you for coming on. Oh my god.
Okay. Let me tell my dad that I'll call him in an hour.
Okay. Do you want me to mute you?
No.
Okay, now you can see me. Okay, perfect. Oh, Griffin saves the day. Griffin saves the day.
Oh. Sorry, when I talk to chat. Oh wait, I can't talk to chat. Yes, I can talk to chat. I can type.
No,
okay.
you can do chat notifications during Keeping It Real, no problem. What's going on?
Dude, Majoinga Going, and Boxing Glove 1 both joined at the same time, and I haven't seen them in forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Can't beat that kind of feeling. Huh. Man, I just got back from class. Dude, I'm 10 hours ahead of schedule right now. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, wow. I know. I am surprised. I'm actually really ahead of schedule too. It's a really good day. Bro, I was thinking about the conversation we had earlier.
I've been thinking about it too. I made a hook for this episode, and like an actual hook. Did you watch the start of yesterday's Keeping It Real episode? It was just an edited hook, but this one's going to be like an actual pre-recorded hook and edited in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Oh, you want me to just repeat what I said?
You did it? You already did it?
Yeah, I already did it, but I can just repeat it if you want to hear what it is.
Was it I need help?
Close.
So what was it?
You're being hooked right now. Ever heard of a hook? Well, let me tell you what it is. A hook.
No, I did see that. I did see it.
No. Like that's for this episode.
Oh, sorry. Hook me.
Oh, I already did it. I mean, that was it. Let me tell you what it is. I try to get your attention so you keep watching the video. I know you're scared. It's a long video, okay? But we're going to get through this together. I'm going to roll the intro and consider yourself hooked. something like that.
Dude, I always want to get mad at some of not my Twitch viewers or my live stream viewers, but everybody else. I want to get mad at them.
Why?
Because it's their fault. It's your fault that you have a fucking attention span of a bookworm, and I have to fucking do stupid shit like wear big pants to keep your attention. And when I could just make a normal video and talk about it and it just do the same thing, but instead I have to wear big pants because you're fucking retarded. And it's like, it's like,
hey, I'm feeling you on that one. Seriously,
it's their fault. It's like, really, like they did this to us, and
they did this to you and you did this to me, so it's their fault.
It is their fault, dude. Dude, I've just been getting mad in my head. Not mad. Well, I have been getting kind of angry. Tell
me about it.
Bro, it's honestly, I've just been just dialed in on this cow subject because it's expanded to so much more now. And I think I'm going to make, and I think I'm going to clip after, because, I have to make my debut as an artist. So I'll do that. And then that's when I start really popping off, because this is what I'm going to do. Something big kind of happened that kind of clicked in my head when I was painting. Wilmington's having this art competition for I'm not really quite sure what it was, but apparently they want something like a art, whatever, like a centerpiece, and it's going to be downtown. It's going to be in front of everybody, and it's about the Revolutionary War. All right. And so, let me tell you something about the Revolutionary. You know how many fucking Revolutionary War bullshit is already? That's what the post office is for, And then second off, let's get into. If I was gonna do a Revolutionary War statue, I would do a mountain of fucking dead baby slaves that, with me standing on top of it, real big, proud. Because that's what it fucking was. That's what Wilmington was. It was the biggest slave trade. Why the fuck are we putting a statue of the Revolutionary War? You know what Market Street? You know what Market Street is?
No.
You know why it's called Market Street?
Why?
Because we used to sell slaves there, dude. This place.
For those that don't know, Market Street's in Wilmington, North Carolina. If you're not from the United States, it's in between New York City and Florida on the East Coast.
And I think I'm going to do some research and to see maybe somehow there is an interesting thing I can do with the Revolutionary War, but I might just make a video saying fuck whoever, because there's no way this council unanimously decided on this subject, And there had to have been someone being like, no, please, not another Revolutionary War statue. Come on, we have a million of those.
Well, what would you have proposed?
It had to have been a close call. It had to.
Is this where cows come in?
This is the same. It's the same topic as cows. It's Wilmington is completely, and it's not the council's fault that they chose the Revolutionary War. They're playing it safe because that's what it is. It's either a bunch of fish or it's history. And it's really when I came to Wilmington, and I got to think of Wilmington, I came in, I was bright-eyed, I was full of hope. Fucking Michael Jordan's from Wilmington. That we are so much more than fucking Revolutionary War. And why would we want to even remember that if there's a bajillion of them? It bored me to death. I'm literally going to make a video saying I could make an art piece that would make you cream your pants, but I'm not going to fucking do it because I'm going to bore myself to death. And nobody there's no way anybody wants another Revolutionary War. Who the hell wants that? We're playing, and it's not the council. It is the council's fault, but it's also the artist's fault because no one's thinking. The only artists out there are artists that paint fish a bajillion times. You're not artists if you just paint fish. You understand that? You're just a professional fish painter that's money hungry. And it's dude, am I really I feel I'm the only fucking person that has ever said this. I feel like. Have you ever heard of anyone say this?
No one has ever, dude, Griffin.
No one has said it's bro. Bro, this is how the Renaissance started. You understand?
Oh,
Like,
fire me up.
bro.
I'm on the right side of history.
So I'm gonna make a video saying, no, like, let's start a fucking new American Revolution. You know, this is like Wilmington can be a part of something that's way bigger than we write our own history. You know, why are we continuing to live in this history? Like, Wilmington can be these words I speak. This will be history. You know, no matter what I say, it is history because eventually it will be history, and it could be just as important as fucking. Who cares? Who cares what guy came over on a boat? Like, and dude, it doesn't even matter because his name's tarnished because he sold slaves. Like, bro. And it's like, okay, so all the white people sold slaves. So let's put the one black person that did good job, and now you got a fucking token, and they're like, fucking Abraham's our token, and who fucking knows what he did? He didn't even do anything great. He's just black. You know, it's like, dude,
I don't know. It's like a mix. What you're doing right now is like a mix of a great stand-up comedy routine and good humor.
Dude, I'm serious. I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna make sure it's really graphic. I'm gonna be like, guys, Wilmington is putting a giant statue,
about
and
the dead
I have
babies.
the perfect idea.
The dead babies is important. The stack of dead babies.
Yeah, I'm gonna rise up. I'm gonna rise up on a bunch of dead slave babies. And I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's no way anybody wants it. Like, I heard that and I was just like, bro, I'm not doing that. I was like, I'm just straight up like, you know, I could literally win that competition and I'm just not gonna do it. Like, because I'm not gonna waste. Why would I waste? That's the same thing as me getting a job. That's the same thing as me working at McDonald's. Is me spending hundreds of hours of doing something that I don't want to do. It's the same thing that I'm exactly what I'm trying to avoid is doing something that I don't want to do.
Really, you got a great mind.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a slave. I will not be a slave. I refuse. Like, we don't have to. We don't have to do this. Like, I don't know how everybody is in this cycle of not thinking. We're not thinking.
Yo, bro. This is good.
Bro, I can't believe that came out of my mouth. Like, I was thinking this and it would not, like, I never thought I would ever say it, but it came out exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah, it sounded great.
Holy shit.
I'm proud to have listened. Hey, I noticed a calendar right behind you.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to write stuff on it because I don't really have days. I just do things and then sleep and then do things. So it's more of just a reminder to write the date.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm using this one. It's a fish hook.
And no, wait a second. I have one more thing to show you.
What? Thanks for having. Oh, all right. Well, that's the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I'll probably add more notes, but when I feel like it, maybe not. That'll probably be the only one. Oops.
People other than me write you notes? No, that's not okay. I can be the only note writer.
No, Sarah. My mom, my grandma, and Sarah.
Preposterous.
So you're just like all the other important feminine figures in my life.
Hey, talk to me. Let's go. Show me some money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me that. Show me that. Show me the money. 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 Do me a favor and show me the money, bro. This is insane. I have to. The thing about it is, once I finish this episode, I gotta push through and post it and do a goofy little Instagram reel. Should I do that right now? I'm gonna have to drop my camera so you won't see me, but you'll be able to hear me, and I'll just film it with my phone.
Okay,
we'll do it. We'll overlap, something that I usually don't do, but But
Yeah, I remember you saying you weren't going to do this. Oops.
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 Oops, I got a comment. Someone commented. Swag. I got a follower. Someone followed. Swag. Let's follow them back. Let's make a post. Okay, what do I say? You look good. You look good. What do I say? What do I say? What do I say?
Just like make a funny noise with your mouth, like.
Wait,
and then,
first we gotta do a hook,
say
right?
something racist.
I think first things first, I should hold up the hook thing next to your face, and you do the hook.
Okay, I'll be the hook.
Okay, I'm going. You're on. Hold on, I gotta fold this so it's just so all you can see is the hook.
Am I saying? Can they hear me?
In 3, 2. Wait, I gotta focus both at the same time. Okay, go.
I am the hairiest man alive. No one else is hairier than me.
Wait, I just realized that they can't hear you.
I'm a hairy man.
Wait,
and
hold
I'm proud
on.
of it.
I don't know what to do. They can't hear you. I don't know what to. I don't know.
I'm way more hairy than Jackkadis.
How do I do
Just
this?
the truth.
Oh, I guess I'll just post it after. And then in that case, we'll use a nice No, I don't want to do that. Okay. You got to make it like 3 seconds. Ready?
Yeah.
We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Wait, can they hear me?
That was perfect. No, they can't. Oh, actually, yeah, they can. You don't redo it because you'll have audio. Because I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna use it from the thing.
All right.
Or like the 40.
I think I got the noise right.
Okay, let me write down. We're at the 45-minute mark. I gotta write that down. Hold on.
I don't think I've ever made this noise before.
47-minute mark. Okay. So they will hear your audio that I hear. Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, that didn't come out right. Is it a hook?
Yeah.
You hooked yet?
But I think it clipped. I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. I didn't. I gave up on the noise. It wasn't as funny as I thought.
Okay, I'm back on Discord. That counts. That counts.
If that goes viral, I'm gonna be pissed. If that goes viral, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
I'm still deafened, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I don't think I realized like how anxious I am that I still have that like it's not over yet. Like just because I press record on the podcast and we're 10 hours early does not mean it's not well within my capabilities to click stop recording and then fuck off on Reels for 6 hours.
Oh wait, hold on.
You gotta follow.
I have to call my dad.
Okay.
I'll just be right back.
I'll be here. Okay. So it's just me and you again. I'm trying to get this so like the mic is like in my face, but there, that's pretty good. But then it's like, yeah, this is pretty difficult. What if I back it up? Back it up. That's pretty good. Because I want you to still see my face. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now it's just covering a bit of my shoulder. Okay, so what was I just saying? Bro, my fart, it's one of those days where my farts smell absolutely nuclear. I got nuclear farts. Also, this episode is creeping by. Can you tell? I have to do all these supplemental things, like watch old episodes, call Griffin. Like, I can't. How did I do it? How did I do solo episodes every single day? Seriously, how did I do it? That was insane. Tomorrow we have a really great guest. Wait, do we? No, I don't think. Sorry, Thursday and Friday we're lined up for good guests. Tomorrow I want to find one because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I need guests. Without guest, I'm insane. I need guests badly. Are you back? Okay, Griffin's back. I was just saying, were you able to hear me that whole time?
No, I turned you down.
Dude, I was talking about how I need a guest. Without a guest, I go crazy. Insane.
Oh, well. Good timing. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. What were you thinking about? Like, I was thinking about our conversation for a little bit.
Which one?
It was mainly the one where you were telling me not to take my pills.
What
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about like how like basically like in my life, in my world, I'm like the greatest. So I try and push like my awesome revelations and like experiences onto others. Pretty much.
Do you think it's good or bad?
I think it.
Well, you think you're a good person, so.
Oh, interesting. Well, for one thing, I liked how I just summed that up. I think that was very accurate of what I just said. I think what I just said was very accurate. A very good answer to that first question. But for the second question, do I think it's good or bad? What do you think?
I think the statement says, it shows that you're aware of that. You're aware of, of the delusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I feel like delusion is not the right word, because I'm not saying you aren't the greatest.
Well, to me, I am. And greatest doesn't mean
to you are.
Greatest might not mean like.
I think. Well, to you are.
Well, to me, I'm me. So it's like I'm
yeah, exactly. Like you're the best at being you. So.
I'm like the most important to me. Like no one holds me in a higher regard than myself. And that's honestly, I feel like that's how it should be.
Facts. It is. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, you should. I think that you should be the person that respects you the most. Like it should never be any other way. So honestly, that's a bit of the reason why I'm like, yo, don't take your pills, because that's like a respect thing. Like because you should be the one that.
And I agree with you in the sense of, it's funny because I kind of say the same thing about antidepressants, people with depression, So I guess it's that you telling me to not do it is, I would put in the same boat as me telling someone with depression to stop taking Xanax and learn how to be happy without the medicine.
And I would tell them that too. I would tell it's for any medication. It's not Adderall. It's not Xanax. It's everything. All of it. I don't think you need that stuff.
And, if I told someone with depression that, they'd be like, well, no, it's a chemical imbalance and da-da-da. So.
And, that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. It's like I don't even necessarily care much for your answer. I'm just trying my best time and time again to be as clear as possible that it's like, this is what I think necessarily. Not that I don't care for your answer. I'm definitely listening, but it's like.
Well, I'm the same way. I don't care.
Like even if you said,
but I don't care. But
even if
my
you
choice to take it or not.
Yeah. Like even if you said like, yes, I'm gonna stop today, I still wouldn't be. I'd be like, okay. Like,
still wouldn't care.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's true. It's true though. It's so true. Like, no.
Now, actually, but if you made it like a year, I'd be like, hell yeah. 2 years, hell yeah.
Yeah, but I think it would be, because I value my health less than my legacy.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because I feel that honestly, I do respect that.
There's a lot of things that I would put in front of my health, which I get. People will say, there's just, I don't know. I mean, just like, no matter what, like, oh, like you could do, I don't know.
Like maybe like a furry convention. Like you got to lose sleep for that. They run 24 hours. So
Yeah, man.
or
Yeah.
or maybe like I don't know why you just went silent. You went silent, like that was weird. I don't know why you did that. Anyway, I've been thinking about
Are
what I might
furries
be.
like? Are we like really? Do they deserve to be bullied as much as they are?
I'm into it.
Wait, are you actually?
Well, you know what?
This is on the record. This is live, so there's no editing this out.
Well, I think what I'm trying to say here is that I don't think it takes much for me to get excited. And I hope that one day my 80-year-old self watches this clip back and thinks, hell yeah, I missed that shit.
Stand on business. Stand on business, King.
I stand up in my shorts, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep. That's an erection.
Erection? Like, eerie.
I just like don't. I just like I've I'm
Like-
just in that state where like I feel wicked right now. Like
I feel wicked too. I think what I'm most looking forward to is I hope that my roommate puts Rick and Morty on again tonight, and I want to be in that couch right there.
Bro, if you could be Rick, would you?
If I could be Rick, would I, bro? I feel like every guy that watches that show feels like Rick.
Duh.
Like Rick is
Bro.
Rick is like the manifestation of like I feel like all of us we're all just
Even
walking.
the tragic backstory, bro, is just
I know. I feel like all of us are like just like hopeless narcissists that deep down believe that we're like creator of the world. But we all have to like abide by society. And I think when you watch Rick and Morty, no one thinks they're Morty. Everyone like sees parts of themselves in Morty, sees parts of themselves, but it's like Rick is very, very relatable because he lives the life that we all live, one of like eternal suffering, yet he like somehow has found ways to just like make it mildly interesting from time to time. Like he's just
I'm a pickle.
I'm a pickle. I watched this episode last night where Morty what's the girl's name? Summer. Morty and Summer. I think this is episode 2 or episode 1 of season 8, the new one. And Morty and Summer stole his charger, right? And they didn't return it. So he locked them both in a matrix where everything was the same except chargers were like a religion. And basically in the Matrix, like 1 year passed to every like minute or something like that, and Rick accidentally fell asleep. So they lived like an entire life in the Charger Matrix. How crazy is that? And they come back to it, and Rick's like, "Oh my bad, I fell asleep." And then like the whole episode is about how like Morty has PTSD because he fought in like the Charger War, the Great Charger War, and Summer like became like world leader, and they refuse to have their memories from their Matrix lives erased, but it creates problems for them back in the real world, and that's what the whole episode's about. And the whole time Rick is like, I should really erase your minds. Like you think you want to keep your memory until like you're not going to want to keep your memories, but they want to keep them. And then Rick obviously ends up being right. And like the whole time he's just drunk. And like at the very end, like they almost explode the world, but Rick just like saves the day. Like it's just like he just uses all of his weapons in succession, like his portal gun, his like slime gun for radiation, and like his like stopping time gun. He just uses all of it immediately, all at once. Like it's like basically like with the same muscle memory as one might hit their vape. Like it was awesome. Like I love Rick so much. Rick and Morty is the best show ever. Amen, brother. I wish I could hit a vape right now. I can't wait to watch YouTube. When I finish my social media for the day, it's just Instagram and YouTube. I'm going to watch YouTube.
I'm not in the mood. Is that crazy?
I wouldn't say so.
But man, when you're in the mood to watch YouTube, why don't women just don't? Some women do, but people that don't get YouTube, they really don't get it.
Bro, yeah, that's true. Bro, my chemistry teacher today told us about the slit experiment. Are you familiar?
The what?
The slit experiment.
Maybe I know about it. I just don't know what it's called.
It's like on the basis of explaining what a quantum bit is able to do that a regular bit is not.
Yeah, I know a little. I wouldn't be able to explain it to you,
Here,
but
I can explain it to you. I can explain it to you.
Okay, yes, I would love to be able to explain it to people, but I can't. It's crazy. Oh, it's like if you look at something, I see. I can't explain it. I can't put it into words.
Okay, do you see this right here, Griffin? Do you see this right here?
Yeah, you look through it when you're not. Yeah, whatever. You're
close. You're close. Okay, so this is the light bulb, right? And this is a slit, and this is a detector. Now, this light bulb is, we're just going to fire light, constant light. Light moves in waves and in particles, right?
What are they called?
Electrons. Not really. But you can.
No, they're called.
So look, the light goes from here through the thing and here, right? Look. So what is this pattern?
I know the diagram. I've seen the diagram. I know the diagram you're talking about.
So but I have to explain it to you. So
yeah, you explain. Sorry.
So this is the detector, and the denser black areas in the detector is where light hits the hardest. So it's right when it comes out of that slit, it hits here, and then it fades off in both directions. So you just get that one warm spot, right? Are you following? So if you if you add two slits to the wall and you have the same detector and same light source, this is what it looks like. You follow?
Great.
And you have light coming. So what do you think happens on this side? Well, what happens is actually pretty interesting. You get two. Hold on. You get two lights, but what's interesting is this pattern on the detector. Instead of just one spot, you think, oh, it's two spots. Actually, wrong. It's a lot of spots, a lot of points of density. I don't know exactly how many.
I think it's 6.
But every single time the lines cross, you can follow the path, and that's where a spot is. Like this. It's pretty amazing. But what happens if you put, and this is an eyeball. This is how you draw eyeballs in science. What happens if you put an eyeball, something to watch, a camera, a detector, pointing at this slit right here?
2.
Exactly. The new detector will just look like this.
Because you looked at it.
Exactly. The only variable changed is whether or not we are observing the slit. And what's crazy is this phenomenon actually occurs even when we fire one single proton at a time. And what's mind-blowing about that is how can one proton go simultaneously through two slits and interfere with itself? It's supposed to just be one proton. How is that possible? So what we learned from this experiment is that particles of light and electrons and even atoms, when we just fire atoms, they also react the same way, can both be particles and both act as particles and waves simultaneously. So that kind of pulls into the question, like it's something that doesn't make sense. And it's like, I think that it's funny because it's like something down here on Earth that replicates the discussion of what happens if you just stand on a wall in space and shoot an arrow. And then whatever the arrow hits, you stand on that, shoot another arrow. Where do you end up? What's after the observable universe? It's like that's big and that's beyond, but this is here at home. The double slit experiment has been recreated thousands of times, yielding always the same result, yet we still have no idea why just looking at something would change its behavior.
So how is this not proof that there's God? How is this not God?
Well, it's definitely knocking on the door of something. And what I wanted to say before this episode ends is I wrote down the Vsauce video where I was first introduced to the double slit experiment because my professor got so passionate about it when he was explaining it, and I handed him the paper. I wanted him to see if he'd seen it. He told me that he had seen like a Garfield comic. So that makes me think he definitely hasn't seen the Vsauce video. But I feel like he tried to hand the paper back to me after he told me about the Garfield comic, but I told him I wanted him to keep it. So I hope that he ends up looking it up because... But you're right. He might just not get YouTube. Like, you recommend YouTube videos to some people, and they just never watch them. Like my dad. My dad just does not get YouTube.
Damn, bro, they're missing out, man. You just can't convince them.
You
Won't
can't.
be able. You will never be able to convince them that this YouTube video is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, like it's like
They'll never.
YouTube is my
They'll
Adderall,
die
straight up.
without ever understanding it, and sad.
Very.
I don't know, man. The fourth dimension, there's a dimension that we can't exist, we can't interact with, and it can interact with us, and there's shit going on that we can't see. And that's the proof. I mean, we know of it. We know that there is. That experiment proves it. Does it not?
It does.
So, if what the hell, all possibilities are like kind of out the window. It's like, dude, what's really going on? How do we understand this? That's why it's
that's why they're turning. That's why at the end of the day, that's why they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
That's why they're turning like frogs fucking gay, bro. Like sometimes I feel like that, man.
Alex Jones.
Yeah,
I love him to death.
I love how you love everyone.
Yo, yeah, you should see, bro. I don't know, have I told you how much my podcast guests all in unison hate Nick Fuentes?
So yeah, it kind of wow, dude. Everyone hates them. I don't blame them for hating him, but I think I had this revolution where like I've recently been getting tired of him, but like I commented on one of his posts. I was just like, oh, I was going to send this to my girlfriend because it was funny. But then at the very end, he was like, it's just very Jewish. And I had to unsend it. So I said, oh, I sent this to my girlfriend, but I had to unsend it because at the end, he just started talking about Jewish and she's Jewish. And
yeah, but dude, I'm not getting tired of him. I like honestly.
Well, no, I'm not getting tired of him, but I've watched him so much. You watch so much of anything like that in that sense. But the people who have commented who have replied to my comment have been, I feel this hate. I feel this hatred just by me saying my girlfriend is Jewish. It's like these people genuinely, this isn't what Nick Fuentes is preaching, He's not preaching hate towards anyone. He's preaching,
comedy. I swear to God, it's comedy.
It is comedy, but there is truth behind it. There's truth behind the ideologically and breaking it down, and it's not hate towards the way a certain group of people.
It's philosophy. It's more like if you free your mind, what would happen if we all spoke like Nick Fuentes? There would be no like these things that I feel like that we bicker over, like get in our own way. I feel like
yeah. I really like, just like how, racism, anti-Semitic, like these words that have all of a sudden you're labeled as a bad person. It's like, all right, what if we let go of those?
Then what comes out? Yeah.
How free would our conversation be, and what could we talk about, and what could we solve? But, he's not actually, but that's not saying that racism, people hating black people, that exists. People hating Jewish people, just the fact that you're Jewish, they hate you because you're Jewish. That exists too. And
yeah, but I mean, so what, dude? You know what? This is what I want to say. I want to say that. No,
but I get. It's like okay, wow, like it's like whoa, it's like dude, these guys genuinely do not like they have a problem with me. It may not be as deep. It's just internet comments, but still, it's like
I don't think it's that deep. You might just
get 50 comments saying like how you're a horrible person. I think about what Sarah would think if she got these comments. And I'm like, well, she's not as, words may not bounce off of her like they do to us.
Yeah, because, some people say mean things to us and it's like we're getting used to it as time goes on.
Yeah, who cares? Who gives a shit? But, she's someone that I love and I want to protect her. Seeing hurtful comment. I don't want anybody to say anything. You say anything about my girlfriend to her in her face, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face. Like that's like not even a question. Like I'll go to jail for that any day of the week.
I wouldn't do that. I would never hurt somebody just for verbally assaulting anyone I love.
It wouldn't be my first. It wouldn't be my first instinct, but I definitely would, step in.
You know what I saw at Jersey Mike's?
I have before. I have many times for women that I'm not dating. I will. I mean, that's what being a man is sticking up, standing up for women. That is what you're meant to do. You know,
it can be. I just want to say, man, I stick with Nick. I stick with the fact that I like him. I won't. I mean, people.
I stand with him. I'm not going back, but I'm just saying. He doesn't preach hate. So some people take it as hate, and they take it as it being okay to hate. You should never hate. You should love everybody, even your enemies. And that's what he also preaches that. But some people just look right over that. And
I think what he preaches most is himself. Like at the end of the day, you got to look like at what's happening, and it's just a person speaking. And I've always been in favor of that. So many people I know, I have no idea what their thoughts consist of because they just never say what they're thinking. At least it seems that way to me. Like you're telling me.
You think you'd listen to Hitler?
Would I have listened and followed him? I think it's very likely if I lived in Germany at the time. Yeah, I probably could have gone either way. Because that's a whole different. That's like groupthink. But.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking like, dude, that kind of, I was testing you. I was just kind of like saying like, oh, like, let's see, like, bro, like, it's just a person talking. It's just a person speaking. Like,
also, I interact,
I was kind of just testing to see like where your mind is. And you are truly free. This proves that your mind is truly free. It's not saying that by the way, he didn't just say that he supports Hitler. No, he just says he would have listened to it. Just like any other person speaking, just like I'm speaking right now. He would have, listened to the damn person speak.
And I listen to everyone that comes on this show and tells me that not only do they hate Nick Fuentes, but they like send a signal to me where it's like they want me to be cautious and they think that I should step back from him.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because they have. I don't think there's any such thing as an invalid point. I don't know where
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where it's it's just very, very interesting. But I can't help but smile. It's like he has a great way of being himself. And I won't I time and time again I can't deny the fact that I like the guy. And I think that is just something that can't I feel the need to just say, like, it's, I don't think that I've never thought personally, really, I've never really subscribed to, let me just say this. When it comes to like scrolling through Instagram, I've never been a comment reader, much less a comment poster. No, never do I ever comment. And I also never like. I'm against scrolling reels in the first place, but I found myself very much
You
addicted.
don't like reels?
No, I don't. And I found myself very addicted to it. Lately, especially since I've started posting them, I can't get off like the apps on my phone. I just am scrolling. But the thing about it is, I feel like there's levels to it, and I have rules. I don't interact. But the problem is I do, because watching is interaction. The algorithm is timing how long you stay on the thing. That's a whole separate conversation. But my point is I wonder, I don't think that I would ever have, how could I ever, I just don't think, at the end of the day, I don't even feel that strongly about how much I like him. But the people that hate him seem to feel very strongly about how they hate him. And I'm wondering, are these people that are coming on my show and because I'm surprised that you've even heard of him, right? But it seems like not only have they heard of him, but I honestly get the feeling that they're in that comment section. And
you think they're one of the ones that feel very strongly against him? So not only do they know about him, but they hate him as well?
Well, they voiced that. That's true. But I'm making the jump. I'd like to ask them, if they've ever interacted. I'd like to know, are you someone that is clicking report? Are you someone that is because that's such a weird, hypocritical. It's like a self-damaging thing because it's almost like your phone is in your own hand. So if you're going to let your phone show you something that upsets you, you have to be willing to argue why it's important that you upset yourself. Is that really, are you really telling me that you every day enjoy upsetting yourself? Because it's not Nick Fuentes that's getting you mad. It's you. It's not Nick Fuentes that's getting you mad. It's you. I want to say it a third time, but I'll stick with second. So it's like I I like him. I like him a lot, and I don't like him to the point where it's like I would like, I don't think I ever, because these people are so quick to like, they tell me that they hate him, and then they bridge that gap where it's like I feel like there's nothing they could say to back that up, but then they find that one thing where it's like someone told me, well, he's held these actual rallies where these actual hateful people, and I want to fact check that. Is that true? Is that true?
So he was part of I know a lot about Nick Fuentes, actually.
Okay.
So where he originally got, he pretty much got banned on everything. Everything. Bank accounts. He was on a no-fly list.
Now
he was labeled as a terrorist.
Yeah. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting.
This man, this is pretty much.
And in my opinion,
wipe him off the face of the earth.
Before you go into it,
banned him from America.
I think that getting banned from banks and no-fly lists and social media, like you have to realize that you have to seek that kind of thing out. Like, he must have,
Did he though?
I'm under the impression that he most certainly did, even if it wasn't.
Well, you would think, surely. Oh, if all these bad things have happened to him, he must be a bad person.
No, not seek it out like he's a bad person. You don't have to be a bad person to get someone.
This is like just common sense thinking. If someone goes to jail, they're a criminal.
Well, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Some people go to jail because they make it part of their own story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done this to myself plenty of times. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, think about it. Think about how much this works in his favor, weirdly enough.
Yeah. Well,
what up, Savage? Am I on video? Can he see me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he can.
Long time no see, man. You look good. Well,
I'm talking about Nick, my boy Nick Fuentes. So he does. See, he's not a fan of Nick.
I can see it on his face immediately.
It's like, okay, I can't.
He told me he was a CIA agent. Is that?
No, I didn't. You told me that was about Charlie Kirk.
No. Well. No,
I don't think any of
Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Tucker Carlson is definitely a CIA agent.
Okay, my only problem with Nick Fuentes is like, you can have those opinions, but like you also can't just like go out like saying the N-word and shit in like podcast clips and stuff and like expect to be taken seriously. Like, I get it, but it's like, if you're gonna present that message, yes, just act like a serious voice and don't just like lean into the meme, if that makes sense.
Well, who's gonna care about him if he does that? But
very interesting. This is very interesting take.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he were to like make a transition with the base he has now, and like people who actually follow him and listen to him, and then like, I don't want to say become like more respectable, but like lean less into the meme. I feel like, because then it's like you can actually go and like, my side of it from like the legal aspect is like actually go and propose legislation and like his district and stuff in his state, and then if he actually gets momentum in that end.
Well,
Griffin, don't say anything. The past 5 of my guests have agreed exactly with what you've said.
So he has no chance already. There was already, and pretty much all hope was lost for this man. So what do you do when you have nothing to lose?
His downfall started when you get in bed with the Daily Wire. Anyway, that was the company he started with Ben Shapiro, the company that Ben Shapiro.
No, he didn't even start with them.
I know what I'm saying. When I didn't say he like start, or if I saw it,
he said fuck Ben Shapiro.
I know, but I'm saying when you get in bed with like, that's literally
the Jews.
It's a different side of media.
It's a hostile environment that like people are just gonna gun for your head, and like if you fuck.
And isn't that fucked up?
It is, but it's also like you have to know what you're getting into.
But that's what he stands for. That's what he stands to stop. That is the entire point of why he exists. But the whole reason how he ended up really getting fucked over is January 6th. January 6th was the thing at the White House when Trump rally, whatever, like he lost the election and everybody, all the Trump supporters thought that it was a stolen, whether it was or was not, whatever. They thought that it was stolen, and he went to the White House and he was, talking, and he never even went inside. He never did anything illegal. He was outside of the whole premises. Everything that he did was legal. He was just there, and he was just speaking. And that's all he did, was he just was there. He was speaking. He was protesting. That's his total right. Yeah, it's about to die. What he did was he was completely in his rights, and and it was legal and really nothing like, you have the right to protest. But since he did that, he was, threw into this crowd that, by the way,
That happened with a lot of people.
yeah, it happened with pretty much everybody at January 6th was labeled as a terrorist when the security guards let them into the White House. It was very peaceful. It was not. It wasn't. Whatever they say. It was a relatively peaceful protest, even though it's kind of crazy to think about. Like it's just if people are mad, that's just kind of we've seen it a million times. But Nick Fuentes didn't do anything. He didn't vandalize. He didn't do anything. But just by him being there, his bank accounts were frozen on all bank accounts. He was on a no-fly list. He was labeled as a terrorist. He was literally not only were his bank accounts frozen, but all of his money was taken away. Every social media on everything. I mean, he was on like you wouldn't even know the social media that he was banned from because he was banned from everything. Like they really got his ass.
I mean, it's
and why would they do this? And is because he was preaching about how fucking Jews is he's like saying how Jews run the world. He was against them, and let's be real, like they really. I mean, that's like and whether it's good or bad, Jews do have a huge influence in our. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way. It's part of like from what I've taken from Sarah, part of I don't know. Jack is Jewish, so he can maybe correct me, but you are literally, I don't know what it's called, but you are literally, it's part of your culture to literally go to Washington, speak with the Senate, you give them a presentation. That's part of their culture is being a part of the government, being part of the law. And that has made them, have a huge influence on our government. 25% of senators are Jewish. You can't deny that that's not a huge influence. Hollywood is Jewish. So when you speak out against this, whether you speak out against it, you're going to get backlash from them. And dude, he got fucked. He got fucked bad.
I think it's bad that like you can't. It just like you can't criticize like the nation of Israel as itself without people trying to loop in like your distinction with like Jewish people. It's like no, like I'm not saying that in any sort of sense because just because like it's a Jewish state doesn't mean that every Jewish person is associated with the country of Israel.
Yeah, exactly. There's a huge separation between like I don't know what it's called. Is it Orthodox? Is Sarah? Which one is like the one where they're super strict? They follow the 935 commandments, like that one. There's the traditional. Is that what they call it? There's Orthodox, and then there's I don't know which one's but there's the modern one that are pretty much Christians just without Jesus, and they literally have the same exact. I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's this. They go to Sunday school. It's literally church, and same with Christians. It's just like going to temple. I mean, temple and church, they're the same fucking thing. Like, I mean, just as much as a modern day Jew is related to a Christian is just as much Jewish as like I mean I could go on and on about this topic. Like Christians are more Jewish than Jewish people. Like I mean that's how like actually similar these religions are. It's nuts. But
well, I didn't know could be one more feeling.
Sorry.
Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Jack.
Bye bye. See, I would really like what he was saying a lot.
Yeah, Matt's going into law school, so he knows. Like, dude, he's a smart cookie, bro. He's a smart cookie. I don't know. I don't even know if this is considered offensive or not. I'm just speaking from what I think we both agree. I don't think it should matter whether it's considered offensive or not. Yeah, I mean, I try to learn as much about any culture as I can. So I'm learning a lot from Sarah is really proud to be Jewish, and if I'm going to be marrying this girl and she says she wants her kids to be Jewish, I'm going to want to learn about what it means to be Jewish or her type of Jewish. And as far as I'm like, I thought, as far as I like, when I first started dating her and she was explaining what being Jewish is like, I was like, oh, you're not a Jew. But there's actually two different Jewish, because she was like, I mean, she has the same exact values as me, same exact. I mean, dude, it's identical, and little do people know, like, I highly, bro, reading these books, like reading that Bible, man, is eye opening with how nobody is Christian. You know, nobody's practiced, like I'm practicing a different religion as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I think about man, this is really interesting. I think about this kind of stuff all the time. And it's often very, you know, I honestly can relate the double slit experiment to this discussion.
Okay.
And it's almost like when it's observed, it seems different than when it's not. And everyone lives in their own world with their own life, right? And I think what Nick has done that I am so, how do I say this? I am inspired by. I'm inspired by is, and let me tell you, I truly am inspired by what he's done. I'm going to tell you what I think he's done after I tell you that. I think that I like to imagine the way that I talk about him to the point where I've seen like this reel where he's in a Zoom meeting and he's rage baiting the hell out of somebody. Or I think he doesn't even say anything, but someone's in there that's like throwing a shot at him. And then one of his supporters is in there. It's like some Asian girl. And she actually like raises her hand and she's like, I actually think that Nick doesn't even believe the Holocaust happened. Yes, I think you sent me that clip. And I think Nick looks at her and just and just gives her a really big smile and raises a finger. And I hope that one day, if we ever meet or if he ever sees my show, and we've had all these episodes now where he's been brought up and everyone seems to hate him, but I seem to be the one guy that's just like, you know, like actually he's kind of awesome. He doesn't believe the Holocaust existed. I think that he inspires me because he's so clearly isolated himself from everyone. And I think that takes...
He's a villain, bro.
I don't think he's a villain at all. I think he's a pioneer. And I believe that you know, I'm always someone that's going to be open to hearing what other people think. And I'm always going to be someone that's open to changing my mind. Hell, right now I'm going through a lot of change, and change is very hard. And it's, you know, you have to endure and you have to continue. But change is, you know, especially the hard and good kind, is self-inflicted. And what Nick has done is, by no other means of saying it, self-inflicted a whole lot of pain. So you have to kind of just look at it from that standpoint. Like, do any of us know how it feels to be not only ridiculed by all your peers, but told by such an institution as the government that you are no longer allowed to do what we would consider be free?
Yeah.
And that's, and what he's done with that is something so amazing, because what do you see him doing? You see him in a suit talking to the camera. You don't see him on fentanyl in the streets. You don't. And I feel like that is such an easy thing to fall back on, is to be homeless and to be strung out on drugs. I mean, people have gone through a whole lot less and ended up on the streets of Las Vegas or New York City. But I mean, Nick really shows you that, you know, it's going to be your own story, right? So I would heavily advise anyone listening to me not to adopt any of his beliefs. Do, like, you know, like I very much so. I very much so have to make this clear. I do believe the Holocaust happened, and I think putting the word belief in front of either of those statements is insane. I think it is more of a objective fact, not more of a. I think it is an objective fact.
To clarify, he thinks it's less. I'm just clarifying. He does think it happened.
It's just less people. Okay.
Less people, that he thinks it's not as. he thinks they're over exaggerating it, but it was, you can. It was pretty. It was pretty. It was.
Well,
horrible.
it's like
It was,
it's like yeah, it's like
there's not much. Like it was bad. So
I don't hate the guy. I don't think these things matter as much as people think that they do.
yeah.
And I feel like he's found this beautiful spot for himself. And I think that's something that we're all searching for. We all want to feel like we found our spot or we make a difference. And like you talk about your legacy all the time. And I talk about how people are the most important thing to me all the time, because we hope that it will become something that we want, that, and it's like that. I just feel that I just feel like I'm just I don't think and I don't know
We
what to
all
say,
need to
man.
be like Nick Fuentes. We all need to be a little bit more like Nick.
Yeah, but you gotta find, because he's a person and people are objectively extremely complex. So you gotta look at the guy and you gotta figure out how he can make you a better person. Because he can. Anybody can make anybody a better person. You just gotta
even if fucking literally anybody. Literally anybody. I mean, dude, you can always learn. You can always learn. I mean, dude, I've learned, like, even the people that have negatively affected me most of my life, I have learned probably the most from.
And then if you learn the most from him, you have to go back and reevaluate that relation. Is it actually most negative anymore, or is it like one of the most positive? It's almost like it's almost like there's no. It's almost like in my mind, it's almost like there's no good and there's no bad. There's just most and least. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like who, like when it comes to being social, I guess, like it's like who in your life is most and who is least. It's not who is best and who is worst. I've always had such a very big problem with the people, and Nick is kind of talking through me right now. They tend to be uneducated, maybe black, maybe from places where they don't have a lot of money. You see it all the time where they're like, you got to cut people off. The snakes. Growing up, you'd see people on social media that were our age, and they were like, some people just out to get you. Some people just snaking behind your back. Are you a snake or are you true and loyal? And it's like, what are we doing? Like, who? Like, these are the same people that are now commenting on Israel and Palestine. And it's like, I can't take you seriously at all because you think this world is about like good and evil. And it's like, if someone is evil, then they're evil. It's like, that is not,
we're all evil.
You know what? I'm having a revelation. I don't
we're
actually,
evil,
no. I think I've actually just become a complete meme, because how am I saying I have a problem with these people? I think actually these people are on the most scale rather than least, because I'm definitely thinking about them. And yeah, I think what I'm trying to say actually is that, these people, they actually, maybe have something that I can learn from, which is like the ability to like decide who is and who isn't, able to be in their life. Something that I'm honestly just coming to the point where I've like realized something that I can do. I feel like for a long time I didn't think that much of myself, and it led to me just being always avoidant of problems. Whenever I would have the inkling of like conflict, I would try to get as far away as possible. But now in recent months and even the past few weeks, I feel like I've been very able to voice my feelings through conflict, and it's actually worked out for the better for me. So I feel that honestly, these people, I actually owe a apology to and a thanks to, because they, snakes. Hell yeah, I got snakes in my life. Well, would I say it like that? I don't know if I'm there yet, but I'm working. I'm not there yet. It's kind of
they're there, brother. They're there.
I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna say I have any snakes in my life still, but it's kind of like the people that sit across from me with that microphone over the past couple days and have told me that Nick Fuentes is the devil. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying I'm ever going to be there. I'm not saying I'm ever going to say that I have snakes in my life. But my point is that I truly don't have any expectations. If it was to be, then tomorrow I may say Nick Fuentes is an evil person. But, just going based off of like I mean, like statistical probabilities that probably. But I have no expectations. I have no expectations. I don't. I have no expectations.
You're free to change your mind whenever.
I have no expectations. And I not only am I allowed to change my mind whenever I want, but I have a lot of pride when I do change my mind. I'm not scared at all to change my mind. Matter of fact,
I love it when people said, "But you said this," and I go, "I changed my mind."
I said this? You mean me a year ago? I don't even know that guy. I don't even know that guy.
He's like, "Yep, I was lying." It was like,
and when I feel like, dude, it's like when you adopt that, like, that sense of freedom where it's like you have no expectations, and
you're getting a little bit closer to enlightenment.
When you're closer and when you're able to quickly say what's on your mind and it comes out your mouth, then like you realize that it's like I could say whatever I want because the next day I can say that I no longer stand by it, and it's like, is that two-faced or is that just someone who can speak freely?
No, you're just being genuine. I mean, you're just being genuine.
I think authenticity. Authenticity is much harder. I think at the end of the day, being authentic takes much more work and should be put on a much higher pedestal than being PG or fit. Because I was thinking about this. I mean, whenever you're at a job or at school, or if you're making YouTube videos, or if you're doing anything, you're honestly part of somebody else's dream. And somebody else's, like you have to be willing to constantly challenge what you do all the time. Why am I at work? It is not so much because I subscribe to, this like authority system. or this
system.
This system. It's because I love people and I love to work, and I don't care. It doesn't matter to me what brings about both of those things. You understand? I just like, in the same way, it's a mutual beneficial thing, but people get caught up in like, oh, well, it's because I need money. Who invented money? Like why do you need money? People just are like, I need money, and they don't go any further. It's like, I need money so that I can continue to meet people, and I like to give people money. I'd love to give people money. That's why I need money. I like to give it to people. I like to tip heavily. I like to give it away to people that come on the show. I like to spend it on shit that makes people want to talk to me. Like I like money because
use your helmet.
I don't have any money right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 249 of Keeping It Real. I'm going to click stop recording, and we will see you.